I am on week 1 of my Wellness Guide Center Detox program. And ironically, I am on my period today and I have so much energy. It's just crazy. I'm like shocking myself. I have a lot to say of what's been going on lately. So, thus far, really good. Um, it's been a week since Wednesday. Today is Thursday. So, I started with the enemas. I've been doing the enemas every day, and it gets a little difficult because you work and you have to run around. So I have skipped probably like 2 enemas in 1 week, but everything else has been consistent. I've done the booster. I drank the booster every single day. I have taken the spirulina and chlorella pills every day. Sometimes I would forget as well, but overall I still get good results. So imagine if you followed everything, to the T. And what else? So with the enemas, I wanted to show you guys the enema bag, of which I mentioned before. This one is fantastic. I think I have my other one. So before I started with this program, I tried to do the enemas on my own. And I purchased this plain old enema from like a pharmacy online. And when I tell you this thing was trash, um, it doesn't, the evacuation is not even successful. It's very, very little. It doesn't really penetrate. And, even though I used coffee beans, I used garlic, I used different herbs just to try to stimulate, and it just wasn't working. And then when I used Wellness Guide's coffee beans, her particular coffee beans are what sent me to the bathroom. Like, I was really shocked from using that to now using this along with this type of enema bag. This is a Asian brand, and I really love this bag because it has a temperature sensor. So the temperature sensor tells you automatically if the water is too cold or too hot, and then right in between is where you want it. And it's see-through, so you're able to see your progress of from start to finish. It has a little latch while you're laying down for you to close and open the flow of water. And yeah, it's really smooth. It has different nozzles, reusable, and you can reuse it maybe once or twice and then throw it out. But the enema bag is fantastic, and then the beans are great too. The beans are also reusable. I usually follow the instructions, and then whatever I use that time, the last time, I just save it, reuse it, and add 1 tablespoon of fresh beans. So that's the enema process. Now, as far as the releasing goes, at first it was normal. You know, you might have to divide the enema into 4 releases. So the goal is to get 3 straight releases. Hold the water for 1 chunk, hold, release for 3 times. So the first time I was 4, and that's normal. And the better I got, I actually got to 2. I actually held all of that water in for 2 full holds and releases. So my releasing experience was great. I had a lot. Sometimes it was a lot that would come out. The very first enema hold, you're going to release a lot, and then towards the last hold, it's going to be less and less. And you're thinking, okay, fine, my colon is clean. No. The more you do it every single day, it's just more that comes out. For example, yesterday was day 7, right? Why did I release the most out of all the weeks? And not only that, I found a parasite. I wish I took a picture, but I don't know, that might be too TMI for y'all. A whole 5 to 6. This thing was a roundworm. It was a roundworm. We looked it up and we found out exactly what it was. And when I tell you, I was so happy to see that little critter, because that shows that you're doing everything right and everything that's going on in your system is properly working. You're actually detoxifying if these little guys are dying. And then the other thing I forgot to mention is the gut cleanser. The gut cleanser is fantastic. It's a combination of the diatomaceous earth and the charcoal, and the proper charcoal that you should be drinking, not just activated charcoal, specific charcoal, food grade charcoal. And that helps. I realized like before I drink it and then I do my enema, and I think it mixes things up in there and it helps me release even better. But everything has just been helping. Um, I'm keeping note of my eyes. So my under eyes and my lips are my two telltale signs of imbalance in my gut and in my digestive tract. And I experienced excessively dry lips 2 3 days ago, and it just would not go away. And another thing I have is chapped cracks on the edges. These are all their reflexology points for your organs. So they are just nothing but your intestine and your stomach crying for help, and this is its way of showing it. So my guide had told me that these are normal, that these things happen because if you're prone to it while you were eating the junk, these things are going to appear again because they're simply just releasing themselves, and this is how they release themselves. And yeah, I went through irritability. I had mood swings and headaches and dizziness, but a lot of those things happen. They're very common during die-off, when parasites are dying off, and it's like a warfare. They're trying to stay alive because we are its host, so it's trying to hold on, but we evicting their ass. Okay, so what else? But you know what? Overall, I feel good. I have lost 4 pounds. I'm very skinny. I'm very skinny. So, 4 pounds isn't a lot. I mean, it may sound a lot, but it was all in my gut. Like, I could show you guys pictures of my gut. My waist is very slim. Okay, this is what my waist usually looks like regularly. It's still a little. This is what it looks like regularly. Now, this is what it looks like kind of right now. And I can't even exaggerate, but like, this is what it looked like a couple weeks ago. Like, excessively bloated. And that's what prompted me to do this detox, because I just could not figure out. I was doing a different program that completely blocked me up. And I was constipated like crazy, bloated like crazy, flatulence was crazy. That's another thing. I also had excessive gas and flatulence, and I don't have that anymore right now. I don't have that. I notice once in a while, maybe if, I'm doing a detox, and then I'll have unsoaked beans or just something out of an ordinary that I think I could eat, but maybe it won't sit well. And that's fine, You try things. Like, you have to realize my problem was digestive, gas, bloating, constipation, the way that my food was digesting itself, so the acid in my stomach was not properly digesting and absorbing nutrients into the system. It's causing flatulence because now this is just excess food that's not digested properly. And what else? Those are my main issues. So, and then the biggest thing was like food intolerance. Every time I ate something, I just had these symptoms and I couldn't figure out what it was. So this is a good time to figure out what is, because when you're detoxing and you're doing all these things, everything else can become poison very easily because you're doing everything correctly. You're cleaning. Now your body's in a full clean slate. Now if you take a piece of candy, chocolate, whatever, you may blow up and just have all these reactions and symptoms again. So that's a great sign. Okay, don't want to do that again. So yeah, I feel good, I look good, and I'm so ready for the next step. This has just been a week. It's just been a week. So in another week, I think I have of detoxing, and then we'll get to our rinse, which is the herbal portion, where we're going to focus on the tasks at hand to combat the assessment from the iridology assessment. And yeah, so I'm super excited because this is long overdue. Long overdue. I advise everyone to just clean your colon. Clean. Like, it is such a beauty to see all that shit coming out. It's so relieving, and nothing is better than that. And then, of course, just cleaning your colon is health. It's optimal health. There's nothing better to do. There are other parts of your body that are just as important, but they all work on the colon's timing. Like, the colon backed up, they gonna be backed up. So you have to clean your colon. You have to get yourself right. So yes, these are my results in 1 week, and I'm very excited to come back with you guys for week 2.